Democratic politicians, they love doing gun control bills in states. Statewide gun control bills. Now, are gun control bills in individual states better than nothing? Maybe. But the problem with this country is we have open borders. I know, can you believe it? Open borders between states. So, if you ban guns in one state, but they are completely legal and easy to get in a neighboring state, all you're doing is pushing guns to the black market and making them less traceable. That's just my opinion. So anyway, let's jump into this news article. Illinois became the latest state in the U.S. to ban assault weapons. Now, do I think that this is going to have a net positive result? Let's not watch this advertisement. Get it out, get it out. Maybe it will be net positive. But let's be honest. Let's be real. All this is really going to do is make it harder for the Illinois government to understand who in the state has guns and where they got them. Because if neighboring states, and those neighboring states have open borders, have free gun shows, buy one, get 10 free, it doesn't really fucking matter what the gun laws are in Illinois. So once again, this is why I think individual state action on gun control is not really possible. This is something we have to either, if Illinois wanted to build a wall and have checkpoints at every entrance into the state where they were able to check for guns, then maybe this law would have any effect whatsoever. But that's not legal, given the United States federated open border policy. Right? So, let's read. Just hours after the legislation's passage in both chambers of the Illinois General Assembly, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed the Protect Illinois Communities Act into law during a ceremony at the state capitol in Springfield. Supporters, some of whom were gun violence survivors, erupted with applause and cheers as the governor presented the signed document. Does anyone here want to have a little fun fact, a little trivia? J.B. Pritzker's sister is the only transgender billionaire. Look it up. Not a joke, folks. Just throwing that out there. Just, unrelated, fun trivia. Quote, for a long time now, I and many other leaders in Illinois General Assembly have prioritized getting the most dangerous weapons off our state streets, Pritzker said in a statement Tuesday. Today, honoring the commitment we made, we passed one of the strongest assault weapons bans in the nation, one I will be proud to sign. Now again, is it maybe a net positive? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen, okay? We don't know if it'll be a net positive. It's really hard to say. But the thing is, for these laws to have really any effect, they need to be multi-state compacts. Or pacts, I suppose. I don't know which one would be better. We need to have multiple states sign the same legislation and enforce it in the same fashion. So, now again, am I here to say I don't believe in gun control? Well, maybe I am. I don't know. It depends on how we define gun control. But the only possible way that we'll have any actual real-world effect on gun violence in this country is if the federal government did something about it. And I don't think they will. I don't think the federal government will do anything about guns. But then let's imagine, what if they did do something? What would they do? The guns are already everywhere. They would have to spend billions of dollars on federal agents to go door to door and get people's guns, which, let's be honest, that's not going to go well. I don't think guns in this country is a problem that will be solved in any of our lifetimes. We have to get used to the fact that we live in an active war zone. That's the United States of America. If you live in a city, it's essentially an active war zone. If you live in a rural community, and you're a minority, it's essentially an active war zone. This country is full of freaks and psychopaths that love killing each other over stupid reasons. That's just the facts. Our country is full of homicidal maniacs. And I don't think the government is capable of doing anything about it. Now, I'm telling you, I advocate if the government could take all of our guns away, I agree. Take the guns. But if the government does some half-assed solution with loopholes or doesn't enforce it in red states or some shit, then I say, fuck that shit, let me keep my guns. It's either, in my opinion, you take them all or you take none. That's my opinion. So, I don't know, man. Is it good news for Illinois? Maybe. We'll see. It really depends. We don't really know. It's hard to say if this is good news. 9 U.S. states, as well as Washington, D.C., now prohibit the sale or possession of military-style weapons driven largely by deadly mass shootings in their communities. For Illinois, the ban came 6 months after a gunman wielding a semi-automatic rifle shot and killed 7 people at a 4th of July parade in the Chicago suburb of Highland Park. No Illinoisan, no matter the zip code, should have to go through life fearing their loved one could be the next in an ever-growing list of victims of mass shootings. Now again, as long as states have open borders between each other, that is not possibly guaranteed. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I also just want to say this. I agree with a ban on assault weapons. But once again, ban them all or ban none. That's my opinion. Well, actually, you know, there is something to be said for harm reduction. But still. But when we talk about guns in this country, why don't we talk about suicides, man? You know, 50,000 people kill themselves every year. And the most likely way that they're going to kill themselves, with guns. Guns, the most common form of gun-related death is suicide or accident. Americans are so fucking stupid that they buy these high-powered killing machines, don't research how to use them, and then accidentally shoot themselves or their friends or family with it. That's how dumb Americans are. Now again, mass shootings, huge fucking problems. Huge fucking problem. But how do we fix mass shootings? The government is too anemic to do anything about it. Let's be honest. The government is too fucking chicken shit to do anything about it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to fucking piss on the parade here or anything. Maybe I do if it's a 4th of July parade. Fuck that shit. But anyway, I don't know, man. I see shit like this and I'm thinking, and no matter their zip code, what if their zip code is right next to a neighboring state that has loose gun laws? I don't know. Pritzker, the Democratic incumbent who defeated Republican challenger State Sen. Darren Bailey in November to win a second term, has campaigned for a re-election on the promise of stricter gun laws. According to the Illinois State Rifle Association, the ban affects nearly 2.5 million legal firearm owners in the state. Challenge accepted, ISRA Executive Director Richard A. blah 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 said in response to the ban. The Illinois State Rifle Association will see the state of Illinois in court. So once again, I'm just saying, is it good for the optics, maybe, for their people? Sure. But are these gun laws really going to do anything? I'm just saying. I don't think so. I think the best way to stop gun violence in this country is with education. And I'm not talking about gun safety education, although that should also be prioritized. But I'm just saying simple education. Why are people having guns and going to murder a bunch of black people because they think black people are secretly taking over the country? Why? Because they're fucking crazy and they're uneducated fucking clowns. Why would someone go into a Walmart to kill immigrants because they think immigrants are taking over the country? Because they're fucking clowns. They're fucking morons. And I think the government has more potential possibility to reform education than it does to reform guns. I mean, just look at the way that this country is right now. I mean, my God, I'm totally down to have a point-by-point, step-by-step plan to get rid of guns in this country, but I have seen no one present an actual way to do that. No one. I've seen zero politicians, no gun control advocates ever present a plan that acknowledges reality. The reality is the people in this country are insane. The reality is our country's institutions are insane. Why is this country still putting up with the Supreme Court? Because we're a bunch of uneducated fucking clowns. Why does this country put up with the U.S. Senate? Because we're a bunch of uneducated fucking clowns. And as long as this country is full of fucked up freaks, psychopaths, homicidal maniacs, our government is going to reflect that. And I'm just saying, I don't see any gun control advocates that acknowledge real world issues. I just don't. So yes, I support banning all guns. Absolutely. That said, I don't see why or how that's going to happen in this country. Maybe 50 years down the line, who knows? But as long as we have fucked up freaks in the Senate and fucked up freaks in the Supreme Court and fucked up freaks in the White House and the House for that matter, as well as fucked up freaks all over the country, my gun control solution, just wait for as many people to die off as possible and then take over the goddamn government. No, or leave, or just get the fuck out. I mean, that's another, you want to get away from the guns, leave the country. I think that's a little bit, hey, something you can do right now to escape the gun violence, get the fuck out, But hey, I know a lot of people, something is magnetically attracting us to staying in the freak show. We got a front row seat. Us Americans have a front row seat. Now, some people say sitting in the front row, maybe it'll hurt your eyes. I don't know. Maybe you don't see a wide enough peripheral view, maybe. All I know is I get a front row seat to the freak show. And you know what? I'm going to check out a couple more seasons of this program before I get the hell out of here. But there you go. Gun control in Illinois. I mean, again, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'd be shocked if, 3-4 years down the line, this has major differences. And it might. It very well might. I'm not here to say I have definitive answers. We'll see.